Team coverage continues now with News Channel 11's Kylie McGivern. She spent the day in Greene County gathering this story and holding on tight against a battering wind.
Josh, we're on Sunnydale Road right near Camp Creek, one of the harder hit areas in Greene County following this storm. If you look behind me, this is just one of the homes that's facing damage. The roof has been ripped off. You'll see some of the shingles. The wind is picking up, blowing in the breeze right there, as you will see. And just over here, you can see all of the different branches strewn along the yard, and this has been a common scene for this area, Josh. And we were talking with some people, and they were saying just following those tornadoes in April of 2011, just seeing some of this damage is bringing back some of those memories at this time. And one of the other points that we want to make is that crews have been working on repairing some of the power lines tonight to make sure that there's a restored sense of normalcy as soon as possible. And I actually just got off the phone with the owners of this home, and they said that they don't feel comfortable talking at this time because it's too hard. It's just too hard right now. They're still trying to process, go through their belongings, because a lot of what they had is ruined at this time. And we'll keep you posted with more information as it becomes available. Reporting in Greene County, Kylie McGivern, News Channel 11, in your corner.
Superstorm Sandy is taking its toll on Carter County in a variety of ways, from Elizabethton, which has faced only slight rainfall, all the way up to Roan Mountain, where you can see why schools are closed. That temporary cut in federal payroll taxes was worth about $1,000 to a worker making $50,000 a year. So that $1,000 divided by 12 months comes out to about $83 a month. In the first congressional district race, Phil Rowe won by a landslide, almost 80% of the vote. And he joins me now. Congressman Rowe, tell us a little bit, why is this such a big deal to you? I mean, this is one victory, but you said that this victory is part of a bigger picture that you guys are still monitoring as the news comes in. From school to church, where the family lived just a few short blocks away, Pastor Wiley says no matter what was going on at home, these walls provided a sanctuary. Anna Baldwin says having the keys turned over to her wouldn't mean anything unless she was able to share in that excitement with her 6 children, and that just wouldn't have been possible without workers taking it upon themselves to build her daughter this ramp, who relies on a wheelchair. Blountville resident Howard Cox says that this broken tree represents his breaking point and wondering if something will ever be done.
Today, the State Fire Marshal's office in Tennessee began the process, a campaign really, to install smoke alarms in homes across areas with higher risks of residential fire deaths. Now, this may sound a lot like, a precaution, but to a family in Limestone in Washington County, the threat is absolutely real.
Yeah, new at 5:30, News Channel 11's Kylie McGivern spent time today with those who lost everything Saturday night.
A late Saturday night fire burned the Lefford family's home.
This was the beds. This was my little sister's bedroom.
Scorching their reality.
It still hasn't even registered to me that it's happened.
And singeing their memories.
Picture of my grandmother. Picture of my little sister when she was a baby. So many memories that we can't get back. We've only got them in our head.
Daughter Jennifer Arnett closed the box on remnants of the past, becoming open to what she calls a sign of something bigger.
Out of all the things that was salvageable, it's the praying hands. Shows that God was watching over them.
I was in there.
You wasn't in there.
Fortunately, no one was home at the time of this fire, but Washington County is one of several in the area that's considered to be at a higher risk for residential fire deaths. Today, smoke detectors were distributed in those areas. Her family is used to hang here, where this wall once stood.
There was one in the kitchen that had worked.
And now the state wants to assure thousands more have working smoke alarms.
Until recently, Tennessee was ranked nationally as #2 for fire deaths. But that's not good enough for us. We don't want to be there, and so this is just an effort for us to keep lowering that number.
Lowering the number so families can continue counting their blessings.
They could have taken their life, and I didn't get to call them that night, tell them I loved them.
In Limestone, Kylie McGivern, News Channel 11, in your corner.
Well, Lieutenant Governor Ron Ramsey stands behind a legislation to keep Tennessee businesses, schools, and universities from barring employees to keep firearms in parked vehicles, despite opposition from education officials. That bill would allow handgun carry permit holders to keep their guns locked in their vehicles. That debate has pitted gun rights advocates against other groups, including the Tennessee Board of Regents and the Tennessee Association of Chiefs of Police, who have expressed opposition to this legislation. News Channel 11's Kylie McGivern spoke with Lieutenant Governor Ron Ramsey today. So, Kylie, how did Lieutenant Governor Ron Ramsey respond to this concern?
Sarah, Ramsey was rather dismissive of education leaders' concerns, instead calling the bill purely common sense and long overdue. I spoke with students, campus police chiefs, and gun rights advocates as well to get their take. 2 words, 3 syllables. Sure to get a reaction. Gun control. For Lieutenant Governor Ron Ramsey and supporters, the latest fight for the Second Amendment is common sense.
When you put the word gun in a sentence, people go crazy, and it's silly. It's absolutely silly, and common sense seems to go out the door when we talk about this, because this is common sense.
For others, a cause for concern.
Carrying a gun, it's a whole other effect when you say on campus.
The loaded question is, can you protect a freedom and still protect students?
If it's accessible, I'm afraid that someone might take the action to use it against somebody else just because they have it in their car. Just to their advantage.
I mean, if the people have made the qualifications to get that gun, then I think we should trust them to be able to know when to use it.
Shooter's Edge offers training classes to obtain a carry permit. General Manager Don Reimer says regardless of the location, the right is the same.
Whether it's to school and back or whether it's to a store and back, the individual, we believe, has the right to protect themselves.
Northeast State's police chief has a different opinion.
When you send your son or daughter off to college, you expect a higher level of safety than you would, say, if they went to Walmart.
Referring to a recent meeting with educators, Ramsey discredited their opposition.
They brought up scenarios that have nothing to do with this bill. For example, when I said, well, if something happened like on Virginia Tech and they went into the building, they wouldn't know who was armed and who wasn't. How could that be? I said the bill, you keep it locked in your car.
You can't predict some things.
So, education leaders are trying to control what they can. Kylie McGivern, News Channel 11, in your corner. Ramsey said the bill will be introduced at the beginning of January, so in many ways this story has just begun. We'll keep you updated on the latest right here on News Channel 11.
Well, it started with a wonderful goal, really, end veteran homelessness by 2015.
Yeah, the Department of Veterans Affairs reports homelessness among veterans has been reduced about 7% between January 2011 and 2012, with more than 60,000 homeless on any given night. New at 5, News Channel 11's Kylie McGivern checked in with a program that began back in October, helping to make a difference.
I was homeless and didn't have any money saved up. I couldn't get to work, and I lost that job. Found myself back on the street and didn't know what I was going to do.
Michael Brabson served his country.
When they have the 21-gun salute, it always does something to me.
One of the thousands of veterans who returned home only to be homeless.
It's been ups and downs, ups and downs.
Today, his country is serving him.
Through this program, I've learned to pull through it.
Brabson is part of a pilot program through the VA, providing homeless veterans jobs.
It's given me so much hope. Hope for our country, hope for myself.
Out of 131 national cemeteries, Mountain Home is one of just 5 selected nationwide. When thinking back on his time at Mountain Home National Cemetery, Michael Brabson said there's a specific moment that really sticks out in his mind. A moment that he said brought everything into focus of how fortunate he truly is.
We had a fellow that died over here, and he was homeless in a wheelchair, no family, so that could have been us, you know. Could very easily been one of us out on the street and died with no home or anything.
Me being a veteran and taking care of the veterans here is just an honor.
It's been said that the only way you can change the world is one person at a time.
One person, yes, but in this case, it's 7.
My confidence has skyrocketed.
I can't say enough about it. You know, I can't say enough.
7 men who served their country, lost everything, and now serve again.